We were presented a contract, Errol Spence, a month ago. We signed a contract.
And what happened?
We're waiting on Errol Spence to sign. What he should have said was he wasn't going to fight Shawn because he didn't sign the contract. You know, all those Errol Spence fans, little
Twitter, social media,
YouTube videos, think their guy is Mr. Smoke and all this stuff. You guys need to get your boy to sign a contract.
Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. Hey, listen, man, first off, let me thank you all for tuning in to the channel. And if you're new here, I want you to be here. So I want you to think about hitting that subscribe button because we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. Now, you know you done fucked up, right? Shawn Porter, Kenny Porter, you know you done fucked up, right? Errol Spence is heated, man. He's heated, man. I don't know if you guys caught the interview that Shawn Porter and Errol Spence did with the female from PBC, Heidi. But, they had a nice exchange in that interview, man. Errol Spence is kind of upset. Not necessarily with Shawn Porter, but with Kenny Porter, man. Kenny Porter is the reason why Shawn Porter does not get the love that he once did. He's the reason why a lot of people are starting to dislike Shawn Porter is because of his daddy and his dad's mouth, man. Kenny Porter walks around arrogant, blows his chest out, man. You heard at the beginning of the video, he downed us guys who make these videos on YouTube. There was at one point when he was talking to CJ Goodfella, I believe it was sometime last year, you know what I'm saying? He told him that he couldn't afford a ticket on the floor, and if he could, to come and see him. And, it was just a whole bunch of mess by Kenny Porter. It was during fight week of the Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter fight, and I'm surprised Shawn Porter was able to get through that because there was a lot of distractions caused by his dad. You know what I mean? But, Shawn Porter, he may be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Shawn Porter may be in trouble because Errol Spence says here that he wants to punish him because of his dad, man. I'm going to read to you an exact quote of that interview with Heidi and what Errol Spence had to say, man. The question was, what's the difference between a Shawn Porter and a Mikey Garcia? And this is what the IBF champion Errol Spence had to say. It's not really no difference. Me personally, I'm looking to make it easier than the Mikey Garcia fight. So, I hear a lot of talking from him and his father, Kenny Porter, and how they've been talking. So I'm definitely going to put on a showcase performance, and I'm looking to put on a great performance and hopefully get the stoppage, man. Now we all know that the fight between Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia, Earl catch a little bit of flack for not knocking out Mikey Garcia, but that was not Earl's main objective during that fight. All they kept hearing is how great of an IQ Mikey Garcia had, and that Errol Spence was just some kind of brute who was just going to come forward and throw punches, man. How much of a thinker Mikey Garcia was. So Errol Spence and Derrick James, they came up with a game plan that will showcase Errol Spence's skills, man. So he didn't necessarily go out there and attack Mikey Garcia like he would normally in a matchup. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until the later rounds where, he was a little gassed and his punches didn't have that much snap on him that he actually tried to go in there and get him out of there. But, credit to Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter got confidence, man. Shawn Porter ain't no hoe, man. Shawn Porter, this is what Shawn Porter had to say. He said, I think he knows this is not an easy fight for him. Then Shawn Porter cut it off. He said, you know what? I'm not going to speak about the man like he ain't here. And he looked Errol Spence straight in the eye, man. And he says, I'm not going to talk to you like you're not right here. You know this is not easier than Mikey Garcia. You know this ain't going to be no wash. You know you're going to have to get ready because I will be ready. Shawn Porter is not intimidated by Errol Spence, man. We may have thought he was at one point, man. A year or so ago when they were asked about Errol Spence, these welterweights would get to stuttering and make excuses. He's not on my radar. He has to get a belt and yada, yada, yada. Well, tables are turned now. That's yesterday's news. Right now, to this day, Shawn Porter is ready for that smoke. Shawn Porter wants that smoked. He looked that man in his eye and he told him, I ain't going to be no wash. It's not going to be easy as Mikey Garcia. That you got to get ready, because I'm going to be ready. I love that type of talk between two elite boxers, man. Two champions, the best fighting the best. That is what we're going to get. I believe it will be sometime in September, late August, sometime coming up later on this year, man. But I'm excited about this fight. One thing, if there was any knock that I could give on Errol Spence and an advantage that I can give Shawn Porter is that Shawn Porter, I think, lives the fighter's lifestyle. You don't see Shawn Porter out drinking. You don't see him partying. You don't see him clicked up, walking around. You know what I'm saying? You just don't see it, man. You see him living a family life. You see him doing the PBC show. You see him on his GMB, grown man business, man. And Errol Spence, man, although he does come in shape, he does always make weight, he does always look great. But in between fights, Errol Spence has the tendency to blow up 30, 40 pounds overweight. You know what I'm saying? He has the tendency to, get out of shape, man. He says he liked that grease. He liked to eat, what he want to eat in between fights. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that one day, it might not be this fight, it might not be next fight, but one day, man, his body going through them type of tremendous changes, man, one day that's going to catch up to him, man. You know what I'm saying? One day that's going to catch up to him, and, it might not be this fight, but it could be this fight. You know what I'm saying? When you put your body through those type of changes, going up in weight, losing weight rapidly in 8 or 10 weeks, losing 30, 40 pounds, that's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? That's unhealthy. We all know that Earl there's rumors. Allegedly, Earl likes to drink a little bit. He likes to party a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I seen it with my own eyes. He was a little saucy at one of those fights backstage with Javante Davis, Robert Easter, and Adrian Broner. They was all clowning. Matter of fact, it was the Shawn Porter Danny Garcia fight. When he took over the podium. And it became the Errol Spence show because he was a little saucy, man. Shawn Porter doesn't do that, man. And if there was any knock on Errol Spence, it's that. It's that. And, one day it's going to show up in the ring, man. One day it's going to show up in the ring if he don't correct it. You understand what I'm saying? But it should be a good fight. I'm looking forward to this fight. Kenny Porter needs to chill out, man. Sit back and be a trainer and be a father and let your son speak for himself. You know what I mean? Let your son, if he got something to say, let your son say it. We don't need Kenny Porter out here, acting like he's the fighter, acting all big and tough and swole. You know what I'm saying? I admire what Kenny has done with his son. I admire the relationship they have. But, sometimes, man, it's better to be silent. You know what I'm saying? The most silent one in the room is sometimes the most deadly, the most feared, because you don't know what he's thinking. You don't know what he's going to do. You know what I mean? But when you're talking loud, a lot of times, you're not saying anything. But listen, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Like I said, if you're new here, I want you to be here. Hit that subscribe button. Also, tap on the bell icon so you can be notified when I'm dropping more videos. You can catch me on Twitter. You can catch me on Instagram at Big Faces Worldwide, all one word. Come chop it up with me over there. Take a look into my personal life a little bit on Instagram, man, and into this boxing thing, man. But I appreciate y'all. I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. But in the meantime and in between time, I want y'all to stay blessed and keep on supporting the sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll holla back.